Hello. Welcome to Fundu Tester. Today we are going to discuss very interesting tool for automation engineer. Using this tool, we can write a advanced level locators for the Selenium as well as for the Playwright. For example, like we have shadow DOM inside the iframe, we have iframe, we have SVG elements. In another way, there are dynamic element and there are dynamic IDs. So based on the attributes, we can get the locators. Or for example, let's say I wanted to write element following siblings, so like that also can be done. So today we are going to discuss about selector hub. Without any ado, let's get started. And before moving forward, don't forget to like and share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe Fundu Testers.
Camera rolling action.
Let's jump to the computer screen. So I'm on a SelectorsHub.com, and the extension we are going to discuss, which is a Selectors Hub. This is already known for the Selenium users, but now they are having a very good support for the Playwright as well. This extension is available on the multiple browsers. So we are going to play with this extension on a Chrome. So I'm going to add this extension on Google Chrome. So there is a button add to Chrome. It will navigate me to extension store, basically a Chrome web store. I am adding to the Chrome. There is a simple button. I just need to click on it and then add extension. So it will add it. So extension has been added to the browser, and here you can see on the extension section, I can see this extension which is a selector hub. If I pin this, I can see on the top. Earlier this used to open with a dev tool, but if I click on this, so it is a side panel. I can see the extension loaded here. And if I wanted to open with a dev tool, then I need to go to the inspect, and if let me close this. So here you can see the selector hub. If you are seeing on very right corner, then you can drag and drop accordingly your need. So here I can see the selector hub added on the Chrome. So let's see different functionality. I'm going to the practice page, and on a practice page we have different elements. So we have dummy form here, table, we have elements inside the shadow DOM, and couple of the functionality that we use for a day-to-day automation. So let's try this extension. For initially we'll start with a basic one to understand how Playwright and Selenium locators will work. So I'm going to click on the, I did the right click, inspect, and I'm going to the dev tool. So this is the selector hub. Let me expand a bit so will be clearly visible, and we just need to click on the inspect and username field. So here I am getting the username field, and it is highlighting with a yellow mark. It is saying ID looks dynamic. So in most of the time we are using a data test ID for the Selenium, and the straightforward cannot be used. So selector hub is basically highlighting if we are going to use, then in future it may break the script. And along with that we are getting a Playwright locators as well. So here you can see all the locators like get by role. Why it is showing get by role? Because in Playwright there are two ways to write element. So here you can see get by placeholder. This is the first way, and this is the another way. So both the way it is suggesting, based on our need we can pick the locators. And for the Selenium, and here also it is highlighting the HTML, which HTML it is picked. For example, let's say I'm somewhere on the web page, and if I go here, so it will auto scroll me to that appropriate element. Let's try with some other thing. So for example, let's say shadow DOM. So I'm clicking on the click to practice iframe inside the shadow DOM scenario. This element is inside the shadow DOM. So if I click on this username field, so here it is saying this element is inside the shadow DOM, and it has provided all the details. So here we can see the shadow DOM starting, and our element is inside the shadow root. And here you can see it has generated a Selenium script as well. So it is first getting the element and then get shadow root. This is the syntax provided by the Selenium. And for a Playwright also, it has provided a straightforward locators, but for a Playwright we don't need external script like we need to call this method get shadow root. For the Selenium, it is provided the locator, and here it is suggesting that element is inside the shadow DOM root. And let's try with some other. So I'm going to that page, and here you can see the couple of elements. For example, let's say I wanted to click on this connect now button. So if I am going to, and if I inspect the element, so it is showing that element is inside the iframe. I'm getting all the locators based on the CSS selector, XPath, and for a Playwright also it is suggesting it is inside the iframe, and we are getting all the Playwright locators. Let's see some more advanced element. For example, this element enter pizza name, this text field is inside the shadow root and inside the shadow root. So it is inside the double shadow root. Basically it is starting here, shadow root, and there is another shadow root open here, and there is a this XPath. So if this is the basically this element lies here. If I inspect the element, then I will get proper element, and it is showing this element inside the two nested DOM, shadow DOM. And first it is picking both the shadow DOM CSS selector, and then there are two layer of a script. First it is getting a first shadow root, and then it is going to the next one. For a Playwright also it has generated the locator. So this is how it works for the complex web elements. For example, let's say sometimes we need to deal with a SVG element as well. So SelectorsHub is by default highlighting SVG elements as well. So if I inspect this SVG element, so it is saying it is a SVG element, and here we can see the SVG element got highlighted, and accordingly it will generate a locator for the Playwright. And for the Selenium also it generated a XPath and CSS selector. And for example, let's say we are working on a tabular format, so in TRTD format it generates a XPath for the Selenium and locators for the Playwright. So if I'm going to inspect anything, for example, let's say I need this name, so it has generated Playwright locator, and for a Selenium it is generating in a TRTD format. So we can play with this dynamic element, and based on that we can use in the script. Apart from, there are many features available, like it generates locators for the Playwright, XPath CSS selector, work for the shadow DOM root, then iframe also. We have seen the error validation, it is suggesting everything if there are some issues. For example, let's say I'm going to the inspector tab and SelectorsHub, so I'm writing some XPath. For example, there, let's say I'm inspecting this, and it has generated this XPath. Basically now I wanted to use this, and I wrote the XPath here. The same XPath I'm writing on a dev tool. So for example, let's say I'm going here and I'm pasting this XPath, and I'm removing this. So here it is showing XPath is invalid, 0 out of 0 search result, but I will not get to know that whether this is correct or not. But if I'm going to the SelectorsHub validator, and if I remove this and if I try to look for, so here it is showing close square bracket missing or invalid XPath. Here it is not showing anywhere. On a dev tool it is just telling that XPath is invalid or locator is invalid, but on a SelectorsHub here we can see it is invalid along with the reason why it is invalid. So it will easy to fix. Similar way it works for the Playwright as well. So if I copy any locator for the Playwright and I'm pasting here, so here it is showing one element is matching, but if I remove some braces and then I try to look for, it is saying missing one closing parenthesis. So it is highlighting basically everything. And apart from that, here we discuss real-time selector of validation, multiple selector strategies. So for example, let's say in many of the cases during the real-time automation, we need to maintain XPath for the parent and sibling relation. By that time it is tricky. None of the tool will give us the locators based on our need. So for example, let's say there are three elements, 1, 2 and 3, these three element, and I wanted to pick first element, second is a dynamic, and then based on that I need to click on this third element. So every time my point, I wanted to inspect a third element but using the first parent sibling. So using SelectorsHub, that also we can achieve. So for example, here I need to write a XPath for the enter email field, but using a user email, which is a field text. I need to use this text, and then accordingly I need to write a XPath for this Selenium. So I'm going, there is an option axis, and here it is showing inspect parent and inspect child. So first I'm inspecting the parent element, so I inspected the parent, and then I need to inspect the child element. So I am inspecting child element. See here, it has created a element, it has generated an element based on the siblings, following siblings. First it is going to the username, and then it has created a relative XPath for this email field. The crazy feature which I would like to discuss, for example, let's say I'm going to search iPhone on the Flipkart, and now my requirement is for the automation I need to click on the second, third or fifth, or sometimes the condition is I need to select a product brand or anything, and then I need to pick specific product from the search bar. So I need to go through the all these XPaths, and basically I need to verify the text, and then I need to get the XPath and I need to click on it. But what happens, for example, let's say if I click somewhere outside, then this search bar is disappeared. If I go to the inspect page and then I am selecting this, and now I wanted to click on the iPhone 17 Pro. If I try to click on the select on the element, once I click on this, then this search suggestions is disappeared. Then how can I deal with this problem? So for that, there is an interesting feature on a SelectorsHub, which is a debugger. So basically I just need to turn on the debugger. For example, let's say I'm turning on the debugger and I click on this and I click outside. See, the debugger is not getting turned on. It is showing some error. Basically, I need to change some setting from the dev tool. So if I'm going to the dev tool, basically, I need to go to the ignore list. This is a very important settings we need to make changes. So basically, I need to go to the ignore list and then I need to uncheck content script injected by extension. So that I need to uncheck. I need to close this basically dev tool and then I need to reopen that inspector window. So this is the just one time setting. Now I'm going to this. See, I have turned a debugger on and if I click this, yeah, so now you can see the debugger has paused the entire web page. And if I now I can inspect on this, I'm going to the element, I'm inspect on this, then I can simply get whatever I wanted to do. That is being captured, this the XPath, and here I can see the XPath, whatever XPath this is suggested. So iPhone 7 for example, so you can see the sticky element. If I'm copy this and if I paste here, so basically I'll get the XPath. So somehow you can basically get the XPath for that particular element. You can see entire all the elements one by one. You can get the value, you can scroll through basically, and this is not basically turned off, it is not basically disappeared. So this is the very amazing feature of the selector. And there are many more functionality like locator, page generation, one click copy to clipboard, dynamic element handling. Here are the detailed features. So this many features we are getting in a free version. If you are working on an advanced functionality and you need more feature, then you can go with a premium version as well. So I hope you like this tool. Try for the Playwright, because I know everyone has used this tool for the Selenium, but for a Selenium also it has now many advanced feature. Like as I said, for this Flipkart application earlier, this is the like a pain point. Even if someone knows the automation, but writing XPath for such scenario is a very painful. So SelectorsHub is useful to handle such scenarios, and now it has good support for the Playwright as well. So whether you are irrespective of you are working on a Playwright or Selenium, this tool will definitely help you. Check out this tool. You will find the URL in the video description section, and let me know which functionality you liked in the comment section. And in next session we are going to cover few more tools. So stay tuned with the Fundu Tester, and don't forget to like and share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe Fundu Testers. Thank you so much. See you soon.